Hey everyone, so we're off to get to the junkyard to get a used injector instead of paying $145 or whatever it is for that year of car. We're gonna go to the junkyard and get a couple used ones for $5. So I save Buddy some money, and there's nothing wrong with using used parts when you can. Some people don't agree with that, but I think some of the older stuff is a lot better than the stuff they make now because it's made in you know where, China or wherever. Anyway, let's go to the junkyard and see what we can get. Okay, so we're at the junkyard. We lucked out. We found an engine already out of the car. So I'm just going to go ahead and rip it out, and I'll show you how to change it when we get back to the shop. Okay. You know the best thing about coming to a scrapyard for used parts? You can use a hammer to take things apart. That wasn't my way, so I just kind of smashed it. Got the used injector out of here. They're really brittle, so should be careful. Probably should have put a new one, but we're going to try it this way first. Okay, it's like Wednesday, back at work with our used injector. Hopefully it's good. You can't pry these things out because they actually crack in here, and they're known to leak out of the top side of the injector, but I'll show you what I mean by being brittle. First things first, let's get all this crap off here. This should just come off, and most of these throttle cables broke at one time and done like that. You can see this air intake hose is cracked. We're going to need to get one of them. Okay, go ahead and just pull this back. You don't need to really take it all off. So you take this off. We're going to take these 3 bolts out of my throttle linkage thingy. One 13 mil here, here, and here. We'll pull her back. Oops. Oh, she'll live. I was hoping not to have to unhook any of that. Okay, pull this little tubey thing out of the way. Don't need that on your way either. Okay, there's 2 Torx 30 bits hiding here that holds this plate, holds the injectors in. One here, one over here. Go ahead and remove them. Excuse me. Yes, I still have a cold. And yes, my leg's getting better, but some people ask. My horse-kicked leg is better, but it's going to leave a scar. Oh well. It was fun. Now, all it's holding it is this. It's like a big clip. Should be able to pry that out of there without doing too much damage. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Anyway, get that up and out of there, and then we'll pull the injector out. Okay, so it's number 4 I'm after on the end. We're going to go ahead and unplug it carefully. And then hopefully we can, the one in the junkyard, these things are real brittle. Because, of course this one's going to come out. Okay, so the one at the junkyard was hard to pry out. So, okay, there's the injector right there. Make sure you take the seal out with it. And these have a tendency to crack and leak externally. Alright, there's the used injector. Let's get some goop on the new one. We'll stick her down in there. Make sure your hole is nice and clean. Get all the dirt out of there. Okay, go ahead and install the new one now, or new used one, and you can see they're all on a slant. That fits in these brackets just so. So make sure you got it pointed the right way. Go ahead. I don't know if I can do this one here. Probably not. Go ahead, put your new one in. I put some grease on it. I'm probably gonna need a screwdriver to push it in, but we'll get there. Let's go ahead and put it in. Okay, this plate's a little bit tricky to get in. You got to put this fork thingy over top the fuel pressure regulator first. Okay, now bolt it down with your 2 Torx bits and plug it in. Okay, with the injector installed, when we start it up, we're going to be looking for leaks, fuel leaks here, anywhere the injector Well, especially around the new one, the new used one. So next thing is to start her up after we reinstall the spark plug and wire. Okay, I don't see any fuel leaks, but she's still misfiring. It could be a bad plug. Let's take her a look. What I'm thinking happened is it might have fouled the plug from leaking down so bad. We're going to take this one out and see. This is the original plug. I put it back in. I thought it would be alright, but you know what? It could be fouled. It was bad. We'll see when I pull it out. You get that vapor coming out of there. Now see, we got no vapor coming out of there, so it means that injector is not leaking down now. But this spark plug could be fouled, and you can see how wet it is. I'll throw that out. I got an old one here. It's good for a test. I wouldn't drive down the road. If you get the wrong heat range, you could burn a hole in the top of your piston. Well, maybe in skidoos and stuff, I guess. I don't know. Cars, it could happen, I guess. Anyway, get that in there and we'll start it back up. I'm starting to think this car has bigger issues, possibly a head gasket, than just an injector. That friggin' smoke, and it's missing. Okay, so let's do our basics here. That didn't work, but it wasn't spewing fuel in the cylinder quite as bad. So we gotta. It's got me confused here a little bit. So, but I put a used injector in, so who the heck knows, right? That's what you get. I go back and check over everything again. The fuel trim was minus 34, minus 38, so the computer was trying to lean out the mixture because it was getting too much fuel in the one cylinder. That was before, and I imagine it's still doing the same thing. So I have to go back over everything and check this out. I know the compression's good, so it's still missing on that cylinder. It looks like it's getting too much fuel. Still, the plug's a little bit wet. I thought it was fouled, so I'm still leaning towards an injector. I don't feel like going back to the wreckers and getting a used one. I should have grabbed two when I was there, but how unlucky is that to get a used injector that's no good? But you don't know how long the motor's been sitting there. The fuel could be gelled up inside it. Who knows? But it didn't seem to be leaking down as bad. Like, you didn't see that large amount of fuel vapor into the cylinder. So I just got tired. I changed the plug, tried a different spark plug wire, and it's still missing on number 4. The rev it is still smoke, so, but I can't smell it because of my cold, so I don't know if it's sweet smelling like antifreeze. It looks kind of blue to me. So we'll figure it out in the next couple of days and I'll let you know how I make it out. But that was the injector swap. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Sorry about that. Well, maybe we'll get her next time.